Who watching grew up with a room in the house they were not allowed to go into, or had pieces of furniture they were absolutely forbidden to touch? These days, especially with everyone at home, it's virtually impossible to have those insane limits on kids. And who wants that nowadays anyways? I know I don't. I want my kids to be able to feel comfortable or lounge in any room, especially the den. But how do you do that without sacrificing design? Brenda is here to tell us that we can have it all. Right, Brenda?
Absolutely, Tracy. You are so right. Museum-like rooms are just not going to work, especially during this COVID season where kids are home and they're extremely active. We cannot control them.
We can't. And you know what? I always thought when we got our second house, I was like, I want it to be beautiful. I don't want it to be precious. I don't want to feel like I'm living in a museum either. So you've got some tips for us, starting with the fabric choice. It should be a durable fabric, right?
Absolutely. Fabric choice is really important to pay attention to because if you have kids, as you know, even as adults, when you're sitting down with your juice or your drink that you enjoy, it's bound to have spills, right? And so looking at a durable fabric, we went with the leather sofa. So if you look behind me, we have this beautiful leather sofa. We went with a nice, bold, and rich color. But the great thing is because we went with leather, which is extremely durable, we don't have to worry about kids spilling things. And if they do, we can easily wipe it down. So fabric is, really important to pay attention to when you're sourcing the materials for your home.
Oh yeah, my daughter has definitely tested the limits of the leather furniture we have in the basement. Putty, slime, and it all wipes right off, which is amazing. So you've got a durable fabric for your bigger furniture pieces. What about your rug? What do you need to consider with your rug?
There's wool fabric. There's also synthetic blends, which are great and easy to clean in terms of spills and also dirt. There's also cotton fabrics, which works really well. And then there's also jute. So you have an array of different options when it comes to selecting rugs. So these are the options you want to, again, pay attention to so you can make sure that you're picking material that is workable. Also, don't be afraid to pick a lighter color because I find that people oftentimes want to go dark because they're afraid of spills or they're afraid that they're not going to be able to maintain it. Really, the secret is if you do spill something on the rug, just clean it up right away. That is the absolute trick, and you'll be able to actually go with a lighter choice for rugs as well.
Well, yeah, look at all the Instagram moms with like white kitchens and white living rooms, and they have kids, so obviously you can do white and have kids in your space. Now, your next step is about the coffee table, and you're saying go for a round coffee table. Why is that important?
Yeah, so if you have younger kids, you want to go with a rounded edge coffee table because think about kids need to be active, right? And you don't want to have a heart attack whenever they're running and trying to hold them back. So you want to make sure that you don't have those sharp edges on your coffee table. So going with the rounded option is great. In this family space, we went with the marble top. So again, it's durable and it's also safe. And the best part is we styled this coffee table. We kept it minimal. We went with these beautiful coffee table books with neutral colors. We also added a beaded garland. So you want to be cautious with that because if your kids are younger, depending on the age, you may not do this garland. And we kept it super simple by just adding some faux greenery to it.
Now, I don't know what your house was like growing up, Brenda, but mine had a lot of tchotchkes, a lot of little figurines, and a lot of that, that stuff, the bombonieres from like every single wedding my parents went to. And you're saying try and maybe stay away from the clutter. You should have minimal clutter.
If the kids are going to be active, you want to make sure that in terms of surfaces are really clear. So even the storage cabinet that we have behind us, we placed a beautiful artwork on top of it, and we've kept the surface clear.
Storage is very important. What do you suggest for us in these spaces?
I always recommend a storage basket. I'll show you this one here. It's beautiful. Again, we're looking at the fabric selection, right? So this is something that's easy to clean. And one great thing is you can still style your sofa with beautiful decorative pillows. And so what you can do is when, let's say, for example, you don't have guests or you're not hosting, you can put those decorative pillows in the basket and store it. Another great option, too, is this storage ottoman that we have here. The great thing is you can put the kids' toys away in here and, teaching them how to clean up as well. They can toss their toys in here. You simply close it up And then it's beautiful. Look at this gold trim at the base, and it's just sitting, it's just sitting in your family space, and it's keeping the clutter clear as well.
See, and no one knows that there's like 17 remote controls in there, and it looks gorgeous. Good ideas, all great
No one
tips.
has to know, Tracy. No one has to know.
No one has to know. Thank you, Brenda.